feel as if he saw an opportunity and he took it. So let me just play it.
Right. When I look at people and I see things, I don't feel like I can't. Whether or not I will is something different, but I don't ever feel like I can't. Denzel was the only person that I looked at on screen. I was like, I just can't do that. I could never live up to that. But for the most part, when I look at people, when I look at things, I always feel like I can. When I look at Jay right now, I see I can't do that. I looked at Eminem, I was like, I can't do that. You know, this is like. But for the most part, I don't live in a space of I can't.
So, looking at that, and would love to get the audience take on this one, but looking at that, I feel as if he was in music, right? And he saw who was coming up in the times that he had. Clearly not in the very beginning, right? But I feel like he even knew in the beginning, once that album flopped, right, that there's a cap to how he structures and how he does music, right? As far as in the rap industry, because rap back then was cursing, drugs, money, all this stuff, right? And he wasn't speaking on that. So as he saw, like, it was a 2-to-1 kind of vibe. I can't be a J, I can't be an M, I can't be of that status, but the only person I feel like I can't beat in the movies is Denzel. What he does is too much. I can't do that. So if I am going to pick a field where I can dominate so I'm not broke again, I'm going to pick movies, and I'm going to do everything that I can to learn that, because the competition is less over here than necessarily in the rapper status. So that's why I think he picked movies over music, because I don't think anybody, as far as a true hip hop fan, puts Will Smith in the top 10.
Mm-mm.
I'm just saying. I don't.
Yeah. No, I definitely would say he did get a lot of heat, right? He was made fun of quite a bit from a music standpoint. Mm-hmm. And I think that, I don't know if he was, necessarily comparing, mm-hmm. but what we've come to learn about him is that he's a numbers guy.
Right.
And he's so dedicated to this concept of numbers that he got to a point where he was like, I'd rather chase numbers than awards. Mm-hmm. And if people aren't going to appreciate my talent here, then let me swing on the other side where I probably will be respected and leverage what I've built from the Fresh Prince. Mm-hmm. Now, the other part of it, and this is something that I kind of have strike the conversation again about, is this concept of the inability or the ability to self-assess, mm-hmm. right? Because when you look at what that means, it's really the disconnect or the differentiation between how you think you are and how the world receives you. So in Will's mind, he's a phenomenal rapper. Mm-hmm. The reality of it, for the industry, people weren't receiving him in that light. They were just nah, player, I don't know if you all that sweet. Mm-hmm. Right? And then he starts to gain that awareness, which we can call the ability to accurately self-assess, right, where he positions himself and thinks, all right, what do I need to do so that there is almost this congruency, there's an equal between how I see myself and how people are actually receptive to me now.
Right.
I'm funny. I can use charm. I can rely on skill, like he said, or work ethic to come up with the parts that might be missing for a role and really compete and dominate. While that may not be fully my authentic self, that's the character I have to embrace, mm-hmm. it meets my goal from the number standpoint. And I think that's what he activated and took off with.
Either or. Either or. You have a good... I can't even debate on that. I don't want to debate on it. I just... That was good. That was... Yeah, I'm just going...
Good. That was good. That was good.
Yeah, that was good.